Hello everybody and welcome to this episode of Infantry Outdoors. Yours truly, the blind sniper. I'm DJ Infantry, back at it again. Hoping you're having an amazing day wherever you are around the world, and we hope that you're safe, sound, and healthy. Welcome to the program, everybody. Today's program is brought to us in part by Silver Connections Group. Make sure that you check them out if you're looking for a website, Google rankings, social media, whatever it might be. Let my friends at Silver Connections Group handle all of that craziness for you. Also, we can't forget water purification products. Now, if you want pure water at your fingertips, get a hold of water purification products today. All of the information is linked down below. And of course, with both of these companies, if you use promo code Infantry, you will unlock additional savings for you. So big shout outs to the companies. Their information are all linked down below. So welcome to the program, everybody. Hope you guys have had an amazing week, amazing day, wherever you are. But today we're going to be talking about setting up a shelter, setting up a camping setup using a hammock. Now, there's a lot of different types of camping setups out there. There's tents, there's bivvies, there's RVs, there's hammocks. There's so many ways to get you out and to get camping. And hammock camping is one of the simplest ways that you can possibly do it. There's not a lot of gear that's necessary. And well, it's real easy to set up. Now, the only thing you will need is two trees separated apart enough for you to attach your hammock. That's going to be the key. So if you're in a situation where trees are spread too far apart, you might have a difficult time. However, if we do get 100 likes on this video, I will show you guys how to set up a hammock stand using nothing but things I find in nature. So even though you don't have trees to secure to, I'll show you a way to hang up your hammock using no trees. But that's if we get 100 likes on the video. So today we're going to be talking about hammock camping, hammock setup, and preparation in case it rains. Now, obviously hammocks today are a little different than they used to be, but the setup is still the same. So whether it comes with a bug net, whether it comes with a rain fly, I would still do these same techniques irregardless, because what I'm going to show you is going to give you an area where you can put your stuff that won't get wet, you can set a fire that won't get wet, and it's a very easy and effective way to do. But before we get started, let's dive into what gear we need to do this with. Here's today's gear we're going to be using, guys. You can see we have a blue tarp here, a sleeping roll, our hammock, some rope, and of course our thermocell to keep the bugs away. Very, very important. Now again, this is all you need to really set up your campsite. Is a tarp, your hammock, a bedroll, some rope, and you're all set. And some tent stakes. If you don't have tent stakes, you can make some out of nature. Now later down, if we get 100 likes on this video and we do the next one, I'll show you using wood that I find in the woods how to make the tent stakes if we get to the point where we make the freestanding hammock setup. So that's our gear, guys. Let's get into putting it together. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to establish a ridge line. You're going to get your cordage. Now I know this is a lot more cordage than you need, but this is what I happen to have laying around. 550 cord will work. This type of cord will work. Any type of cordage will work, because again, we're going to tie a ridge line. The ridge line is there to basically make the top of our roof. Now we want to put this up first, because in the event if it rains, all of our gear is going to get wet. So the first thing I would focus on is getting your your roof set up. So we're going to take this cordage, we're going to tie it across our two trees. I'm going to show you a few knots to use that'll make it very easy. So the first thing we want to do is attach to our first tree, and you want to attach it taller than you, because again, you don't want to hit your head or anything getting into your shelter or trying to get in and out of your hammock. So let's get this ridge line tied up and I'll show you our first knot. Okay, everybody, so the first thing that I've done is I've wrapped the rope around the tree higher than I am, taller than me, so that my ridge line can run higher than me. Now what we're going to do on this side is we're going to tie a simple square knot. So we're going to take left, over right, tuck it under, and pull. Right, over left, go back through, and pull. Pull it tight. And there's our square knot, everybody. So that's our first knot that's going to start off our ridge line. Okay, so what I've done, everybody, is I've done the same thing. I've wrapped my rope around the tree, and I'm pulling it tight. Now on this side, we're going to double up our rope. We're going to go over, under, and then over and under. This will prevent us from having to cut the rope This will prevent the rope from sliding. And again, if it's not tall enough, just bring your rope up a little bit. We want to make that ridge line as straight as we can. And there you go. Again, this isn't going to hold 500 pounds. This isn't going to hold 600 pounds. This is basically going to hold your tarp up. So if you can pull on it and it doesn't go anywhere, you're good. If you have to raise it up, you can raise it up. But this is a simple knot. As you see, I did not have to cut any more rope from my bundle, and we're good enough for our ridge line. So let's move on to the next step, which is getting our tarp on the ridge line. So now we've got our ridge lined up. Next thing is going to be to set up our tarp. Okay, now what I've done is I folded it in half, as you guys can see. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to set up our anchor points to pull out the tarp, and we'll stake it down using some of this cord to make guide wire. So we want it to sit like this. Okay, so now we're going to put in our stakes. If you don't have stakes, again, in the next episode, if we make it to 100 likes, I'll show you how to make stakes out of sticks, as well as a freestanding hammock setup that uses no trees. Stay tuned for that. Make sure you get us to 100 likes, smash that thumbs up button. And if you're not subscribed by now, make sure you subscribe, because we've got a lot more coming out for you guys. So the tent stakes. Start with one side, and we're going to pull it out and figure out just about how much rope we may need. We're going to go through the tent hole, the guides, and just tie a simple square knot or granny knot, whichever you prefer. And then there you have it. Simple knot, just through the eyelets. We want to make our tent, our tarp come out. So we want to measure as close to the exact amount as we can, because again, cutting rope is never a good thing. So you're going to go in and through, come around, go back through, and pull. And what this knot does is allows the rope to slide onto the stake. Okay, so we've got our loop at the end. Now we can put it over our stake and slide it down until she's tight on the stake. And there you go. So now we're going to pull this out to our desired distance and stake it down. Remember to stake the stake down at an angle. If you push it straight into the ground, it's easy to pull out. So you want to always stake at an angle. And we're going to do the same thing for all four corners. Pull it tight, and we'll have our fly up. All right, guys, tip and trick number one when using this type of rope, poly, whatever, polyethylene, polypropylene, poly. When you cut your rope, to keep your rope from fraying, meaning for this stuff to stop coming undone, take a lighter, light your lighter, and we're going to melt the end. Now be very careful, because this gets very hot and it will burn you. But doing this will keep the end of your ropes from fraying. You guys can see. And there we have it. The melted plastic won't allow the rope to come apart. So when using plastic type of rope, even if it has cotton insert, even if it is 550 cord, this is called fusing the end of the line. So Be sure to fuse the end of your ropes whenever you cut them, and it'll keep them nice and neat. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the nuts again. Again, I fused both ends of my rope. This side, just a simple overhand granny knot will work. Just like that. And on this side, we're going to tie. Going to go in and through. Make our loop. Come around and go back through. And that makes our slip knot. Just like that. Put our stake through there, pull it down tight, and you're all set. And there we have it, everybody. The shelter part is done. You can see our A-frame inside of there. Now, normally in the wilderness, I would take this tree down, but it ain't hurting nobody, and I got a little bit of vegetation in there. But here it is, everybody. A-frame structure attached to 2 trees with a ridgeline. All right, as you guys can see, I have it tied up. And as you'll notice, my lines are not straight in front of the tarp. They go out to the side. The reason for this is you want to pull this tarp in all 4 directions to pull it as tight as you can. Now, I could run an extra line here in the middle, but for simplicity of this, I'm not going to. This will work just fine. Just make sure that you pull your tarp nice and tight. So here it is, as you guys can tell. We're blocked from the elements. We have our ridge line. I can stand up and not hit my head, just barely. So now, let's get the hammock set up. Okay, moving on to our hammock. Most hammock setups are pretty simple, pretty basic. This is my hammock from AnorTrek. 2-person hammock. They come with these straps, guys. Very simple. We're just going to wrap the strap around the tree, pull it tight, and attach our hammock. Can't get easier. So you get 2 straps, and then inside the bag pops out the hammock. Very, very, very simple. Very easy design. All right, so we have our hammock. We have our straps. Let's get inside and get them hooked up. All right, so for those that have never done this, we have a strap with a loop. We're basically just gonna run it around the tree, run our end through the strap, pull it tight, and then we can clip our hammock. Very easy. Okay, now that we've got our straps hooked up, the last thing we wanna do is hook up our hammock. Now you're gonna wanna hook this up higher than you think, because it's going to sag when we sit in it. So just go from one side to this side. Okay, everybody, so obviously I took the top off just so you guys could see this moment. This is the part everybody's always waiting for. We've got our hammock strung up. Make sure we have it right side out. The last thing we want to do is put in our sleeping pad. Now these things are great, guys. I'll leave everything linked down below. The hammock, tarps, sleeping pads will all be linked down below. Make sure that you shop using our links so that we get a small kickback. That does help keep the program going. And of course, check out the Infantry Outdoors merch available on Amazon. It'll also be linked below, guys. Okay guys, so we've got our bed pad in, we've got our hammock set up, we've got our shelter. It is starting to look a little bit cloudy, so it's kind of a good thing I did this, but now for the moment you guys have all been waiting for it. Will he fall? That's gonna be the question. Now getting into a hammock, like I said, when you do put it up, it's going to sag when you first get in, so you do wanna hang it higher than you first expect that you're even gonna fit. So I've got it up higher, and there we go. Just hop on in, kick your feet back. And there you have it. Easy camping at its best. Now, the benefits to this are, of course, I can put this over and I'm covered. The rain won't get me. I can have a small fire in here. If you want to take it a step further, you can get yourself some tree branches and prop the front part up like a patio. Maybe we'll cover that in a different video. But this is basic, simple, easy peasy, comfy squeezy hammock camping. We have our tarp. If it starts to rain, I can pull it over, make our A-frame, cover us in. But this is it, guys. This is hammock camping at its best. This is all you need, very simple. Few knots just to tie, tree straps with a hammock. And with that said, man, whew, I'm kind of tired now. Hope you guys enjoyed this. That's all the time we have for today. Easy hammock camping, couldn't been done easier. Small tarp available at Walmart. Get yourself a hammock, a sleeping pad with some tree straps, and you're really all set. Can't get easier, not a lot of gear to carry. This is a way to go ultralight camping, or if you don't want to carry a lot of things, if it's just you. This is a double wide hammock, so it could accommodate 2 people. However, for 1 person, I think a 2-person hammock is perfect. If you guys have any comments or questions, please drop them down below. I love hearing from you guys. And of course, you can always write to us at infantryoutdoors@yahoo.com. Be sure to take a look at our website, guys. Lots going up on there, lots coming up on there. Visit us at infantryoutdoors.com. You'll be able to find all of our information, our social media pages, all of our merch, all of the gear that we use will all be linked in infantryoutdoors.com. So be sure to check that out. So guys, from the hammock in North Florida, I'm gonna kick back, relax, and enjoy my hard work here. I hope that this and all of my adventures inspire you to get outdoors. And until we meet again, hey, I'm hanging out in the hammock. Y'all have a great day. Take care, everybody. Ugh.